Ayan, okay? Let's start with our first issue. Okay, the first issue is about students taking up assessments asynchronously and having an open access to various sources. Next, please. Okay. Regarding this issue, the following were the challenges that our school, hi Miss Julie, balik muna doon sa item 1. Okay, thank you. Regarding this issue, the following were the challenges no, that our school has encountered in the previous school year. First was about minimizing academic dishonesty. This one has something to do no, with cheating by some students. I think you will agree with me when I say that it is more tempting to cheat online than when it is in the classroom. Because some students no might or can think of some other cheating modes, and it is also harder to monitor how students are taking the test online than when it is inside a classroom. In our school, we practice what we call preventive system. So we have to address this accordingly to prevent students from cheating. Next item, please. Next was providing more student to teacher interactions. So compared po sa in-school setting, dear educators, dear participants, there is really a challenge no, in providing students with opportunities to interact with their teachers online. Therefore, the school has to plan carefully and make sure that this interaction is in place in an online setting. Next item, please. Next was providing more planned structure. Here, I am pertaining to student engagement in an activity, helping them to finish an activity on time and keeping them on task. It's more challenging po no than face to face because when students are in front of their screens, they might be distracted by other things no. I think you all agree with me no. So pag nasa harapan sila ng kanilang monitor, nadidistract sila sometimes no, with the different things that they can actually access online. For example, yung mga online games, social media, and other internet feeds, okay, not related to schoolwork. So yung structure na meron kami, yung structure na meron tayo before, no? Before shifting from on-site to online teaching, this is when students no, and the teacher are gathered in the classroom at the same time will not actually materialize that easily in an online setting. Therefore, a more planned structure must be managed for students' virtual engagement. Next, please. This time, allow me to share with you some actions or we say interventions that we have taken so far to overcome the challenges that I have mentioned. Next. Okay, let's start with our implementation of online test control procedures. Okay, so a control system for managing online examinations was implemented to prevent students from cheating or to discourage students who were thinking about cheating mode. So this is actually to limit or to minimize yung tinatawag nating academic dishonesty. Next, please. Later, I'll be enumerating no, ano po ba yung mga different control procedures that our school has implemented the previous school year. And of course, our school needs to improve no, for future implementation. Next was the implementation of frequent period of synchronous and asynchronous consultations, conduct of self-check quizzes, and strategies for providing rich and detailed feedback. So we identified po yung mga online tools that we need to relatively achieve or promote interaction between the student and the teacher into assessment. So very important po na yung mga pinipili nating mga online tools na ginagamit no sa ating online distance learning or sa ating distance learning in general, they fit no with the teachers varying comfort levels with the use of technology. Next item, please. And then we have graded milestones and graded participation. So, ito po mga techniques na to, no, related to assessment helped us provide a more planned structure for students' completion of an activity. So pag sinabi nating milestones, we mean breaking down, no, or turning a large task into smaller tasks. Okay, next slide, please. Moving on, I would like to discuss with you very quickly each action that I have enumerated in addressing, no, the first issue. For our exam control system, we implemented the following control procedures. First, shuffling the exam questions and alternatives or exam choices, limiting display of feedback, okay, presenting exam questions one at a time, dividing exam or chunking exam into batches. Later, I'll be showing you a sample schedule kung paano namin ginawa yung dividing the exam into several parts at kung paano ito nakatulong, no, in terms of minimizing academic dishonesty. Next, please. Okay, so enabling timers, so implementing stricter timed exams, combining selected response test and constructed response test, or simply mixing objective and subjective questions, and creating questions that do not focus on simple recall. So regarding our online exam procedures, these were highly supported, no, by Quipper LMS exam features. Actually, we did not do live proctoring. Okay, so simply because we tried to avoid making other proctoring measures na pwedeng makadagdag sa load or that would possibly increase no students' exam anxiety. Furthermore, meron din kasing mga estudyante no with no cameras available, and some had inadequate broadband connection, which will make it difficult for them no to go for an on-cam session or to fulfill an on-cam requirement during exams. So such control procedure that we had did not actually eliminate cheating completely. Pero we believe it was good enough for the school to reasonably achieve academic integrity within an acceptable level. Okay, so what you see right now ay yung mga tinutukoy kong exam features within the learning management system. So these were the exam controls that we used within our LMS. Timer for exams were enabled and only allowed enough time for students to answer the questions without looking up answers through web search or node search. This way po, dear participants, students will not have enough time kasi, no? So, marireduce yung time nila to search for answers if the time set is just enough to answer the questions. So, yung oras nila mauubos, they will be more involved, they will be busy in answering than thinking of cheating. We also added some control procedures then, no? For example, answers to the exam were given only when the exam deadline was over. Also, exam questions were presented one at a time, as I think I have mentioned that one a while back already. No? So exam questions were presented one at a time as opposed to having questions posted all at once. So yung control na to will not allow students to make a screenshot of questions easily. Next slide, please. Another control Okay, thank you. Another control procedure that can be supported by the learning management system is that the sequence of questions can be shuffled or randomized, as well as the alternatives or answer choices. So yung control na to will help to complicate the cheating efforts of some of the students. Of course, though meron tayong mga control procedures, dear participants, meron tayong tinatawag kasi na orientation din sa mga estudyante concerning school's policy about cheating, concerning academic honesty. So, very important po yun, that we orient them with the school's policy about cheating and of course the value of honesty. They must be informed, the students must be informed that the results of assessment are used to inform the teachers about their teaching other than grading. 'Di ba, aware din ng mga estudyante na yung mga formative assessments are ungraded. Okay, they are not graded but they are simply recorded for monitoring purposes, and of course they are used to inform us about our teaching para mas ma-improve din natin the way we assist them in terms of their mastery of academic contents. Okay, this way, the students themselves, pag aware sila that they have to provide true and valid information, I think papasok doon, no? Yung tinatawag nating honesty, mas ma-promote natin yon sa kanila. So the students themselves, by providing a true information about the mastery of their academic contents, can help their teachers and the school to improve its system of instruction and assessment.